What's up, guys? It's Ides3 March stream with Bill, and I'm gonna play some aliens. I don't have a good intro yet. I've lost all motivation.
Need a catchphrase.
I'm just drinking a
Yeah, the audio's fine. I just
bitter.
brought up the stream.
It's yeah, everything's looking up. Everything's looking fine.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna bother to check it. So yeah, I'm gonna go. So in this stream,
I'm in the menu now, so
yeah,
whenever you're ready.
we're gonna play some aliens and like react to a video or to probably the latest Hormaxer, which is pretty good. He'll probably be happy because you know, he's getting attention. I mean, it's pretty cool. I can, yep. I sent invite.
Yeah, I received it. Accepted. Hopefully it'll work.
Hopefully.
Should do.
Mm.
There you are. That was
Cool,
easy
yeah.
this time. That's been the easiest
Yeah, that was
crossplay
smooth.
game. Straight into it, no problems.
Hey, you look different again. How come you look different every
Yeah,
time?
because I've got different classes, right?
Oh, I see.
I've
Okay.
got 7 different classes.
Oh, look, at the J-Back is here already. Is Wildbill still a looks coper?
Well, if you word it like that, Jabaka, I mean, looks coper would be, I would say that's more like a looksist who's a coper, coping with looksism. So I'm the opposite to that. Anti-looksism.
Anti-looks coper.
But the irony is that the ones who cry cope are often the biggest copers. So that's what I'd say back to you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, guess who I talked to before? Well, you'll never guess.
Pyramid.
Yeah, how did you know? Because you were listening to that stream as well, Dashboard stream.
I don't know, maybe I dropped in right at the end of the Dashboard stream.
He's saying...
I didn't really hear the stream, I literally, when I tuned in, he's like, right, 2 hours, that's enough, I'm going. But I saw in the chat,
Yeah, so you didn't hear what he said, like, about...
No, I was going to ask you what he was saying.
So, well, Pyramid said he's going to upload footage for doubters like yourself. I mean...
Oh, that he went to Germany?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And also, Dashboard said... I said, like, Dashboard, don't let me down, you know, I got $30 riding on you. If you got to make it to Germany at the end of this year.
Yeah, even though you've been sneaky with that, because the bet was originally for last year, and
I don't think it was. I think you misunderstood. I don't think I would have placed a bet for literally 1 month.
Like being sneaky here and
but he said,
the agreement.
no, he's definitely gonna make it over by the end of 23.
I mean, technically I've already won this bet, but you know, I think
Oh my god.
it wouldn't surprise me if even this year he doesn't get to Germany. Dashboard. But if Pyramid can prove he went, then okay, fine, that's good then. Good for him. It means he can back up what he said, so that's good.
God, man, you're proper doubting Thomas, man. You need to like poke your fingers through Jesus's holes, like, no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Because,
but
like,
you know that story, right?
Yeah, but it's good to be. I'd rather like be
a skeptic,
skeptical, and then if someone proves it, then be like, okay, all right,
like,
fine, you're telling the truth, rather than be like, naive and just believe people on the internet, because I just play the odds, and it's more likely that someone's going to be LARPing than telling the truth when like people who are anonymous on the internet, and I've learned that through experience. So it's just better to be cautious. And like I say, if he did, he did. It doesn't matter. It's no skin off my nose. It's not like I made a bet that he went or whatever. So I don't mind.
You're like the reformed skeptic. Anyway, should we start?
Well, it's healthy to be skeptical anyway.
I guess it is in a way.
Maybe this is why I don't just fall for like, you know, certain agendas or trends on the internet where like sheep who just follow the leader, you know, just because someone starts a trend in the Blackbill, they all just leave it like sheep, you know, just follow the leader. I think it's good to be a contrarian and to play devil's advocate at times, because, you know, if theories or whatever or beliefs are true, then they shouldn't be afraid to stand up to critique. And if they cannot, then they're obviously a pretty fragile or inaccurate belief in the first place.
Okay. Shall I do difficulty intense like last time?
Yes, you can, because I'll choose. Because last time I was like one of my lower powered classes, so I'll pick like a better character.
Shall I do public team or locked bot team?
No, do public, because we all need another human player ideally, because the bots are just useless. It'd be very hard.
But that guy,
so we can do with
he
the
could
help.
quit again. Alright.
No, that's fine. Like most players aren't gonna quit, because if you quit, you're wasting your time. You don't get any like points or achievements.
Really? Okay.
So people normally don't like quit.
Yeah.
You know, only if they think you're like trolling or team killing, stuff like that. But
Okay.
Well, we found
you're wearing shades.
Now we've got to get him safely back to the Endeavor.
yeah, well, it depends what class I want to pick. Like, there's a technician. I can spawn a sentry, more sentry, and turrets with this class.
Okay.
But I got all of them higher, like dark.
Yeah.
The only one I haven't used much is like the Phoenix. That's like the shield one.
Okay. So you're going on about the wheat
I
waffles?
think I'll choose Lancer actually.
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, you've changed again.
Yeah, I was just saying, you know, obviously you can. I saw the debate.
Yeah.
You know, all of
I
it.
haven't seen it yet. It's it was like some weird guy hosting it, apparently. It's like looked proper corporate.
Yeah, the guy's name's James. A weird thing about him, do you know he has like a huge tattoo of Subway all over his back, and he earned, I can't remember the amount, I don't know if it's 30,000 or 50,000 pounds worth of Subway sandwiches for doing it. I don't know how he got it. I don't know if it's because he has connections, but he won the competition and it was first prize.
Yeah.
He got covered like on the news.
Yeah.
I think you know Trader Park Boys.
Yeah. I've heard
Even
of it.
they did like a podcast and mentioned him, so he seemed to get around because it was like, oh, this guy got a big tattoo all across his back and gets now like 3 subs for life, but it's equivalent of like 50k, I believe it was, $50,000.
Wow. That's,
yeah. So yeah, the guy, because I've watched that channel.
That's basically
like
that will last you for all your life. Free Subway, basically.
Yeah, I think when he explained it, because I heard him explain, he said you can't use them all at once, but you have like a limit, but you can do it like every week. I can't remember what he said, to be honest. And yeah, because he's had that channel for a few years now, and it's been growing, and he has like a lot of big people on there, like the debate bros and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
A lot of different topics. But I've noticed, like I say, in the past year or so, it's gone into more manosphere stuff. That's why you've got like Black Pill debates, Red Pill debates. Used to be mainly just religious, or like flat Earth debates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's now veering into because he actually went on. The guy who hosted it, his name's James. He went on Addicts Playing with Fire's stream.
Oh, cool.
I didn't watch all of it. I just like watched the beginning. I haven't seen the debate yet. He was debating some. I think it was some woman.
Alright.
Yeah. About. I'm trying to remember what the topic was now. I think it was Black Pill. I don't know if it was Black Pill or Red Pill. Something like that to do with dating. And he said he asked Alex for dating advice. I don't know, a few times. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's a weird, strange individual. He seems well connected. He's like.
He should
in psychiatry or something, or psychology. Sorry,
he should talk.
Psychology.
He should talk to Pearl from Just Pearly Things. I'd definitely watch that.
Who?
Pearl, the red-headed American woman, just taken over.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah, you know her, right?
Yeah. I didn't quite hear what you first said. Yeah, Just Pearly Things. I only know the channel. I don't know. Yeah. I've never watched her video. I've just like saw a couple of videos of people reacting to her, not really liking her, to be honest, but. I've never actually personally seen her. I've bothered to watch a video of her, so I don't really know. I think the critique of her is that she's just like repeating stuff that other male content producers have said. Like certain manosphere things, and she's just like rehashing it. So some
What?
people
For
are like a bit peeved off about her.
for monetary advantage, basically.
Yeah, yeah, true.
Well, no, I'm
then-
asking. Is that what you think?
but-
Yeah. That's the
Well,
motivation, right? Because she
Yeah,
is.
I've not seen the video of it, so I've not.
I
seen
think she
firsthand,
does
but that's
believe.
the impression I got.
She believes some of what she's saying, but she's basically in
But
it for the
she
money.
is, then the only
She's
thing
in
I'm
it for the
saying
big money, man.
If
She's
she
making
is,
a
what
lot.
I would-
She's her channel blew up, man. So she's done really well.
What I would say though, she's not the first, like, and not just women, right? There's been plenty of dudes in many spheres. Even like Miktar, I remember there was like Miktar.
We're not gonna get anyone, man. We're gonna have to play with a bot. Yeah, sorry, go on. By the way, yeah, I used to actually work.
That's unusual.
Yeah, there's no one, man. I used to actually work in Subway when I was much younger. Yeah, I quite like the food. What happened to the owner in the end? Oh, look.
Here we go.
Okay.
We got someone.
Yeah.
What do you mean, owner? Owner of what?
Oh,
Oh,
he
he
quit
left
straight
straight away. What the fuck?
The owner of Subway, he got done for paedophilia or something like that.
Really?
I think so. I don't know the full story. Oh, by the way, this Fuentes guy has asked you a question.
Oh, Fuentes. What? I often like.
Huh?
Ada. He's always
You know this guy?
I think he's a troll. Actually,
Yeah.
he got
Well,
like.
he probably is.
He's been in like Hallmax to stream and that, so I've not even, I just can imagine what's been said, but yeah, whatever, I'm game. What did he say?
He asked you thoughts on the recent study that Todd covered. The 80-20 rule gets basically proven right.
Well, sorry, say that again. Well, I can just look at the comment, I guess. I don't know.
Well, he said, oh yeah,
Right,
he could,
thoughts on the recent study Todd covered it. Well, I would like to see that study, Fuentes, because a lot of people say studies. I mean, Wheat Waffles in the debate the other night, just recently with Walsh, was saying studies which were outdated once again. So I really would like. Yeah, sure. I'd like
You've
to see
seen
a
it
study if you
before. I showed you it last week.
so then it doesn't prove that. I mean, why am I responding to this troll? I don't know. But no, well, that's fine then. But it doesn't, because I've already looked at that study. So you know, you have to try harder than that to find a study which actually, you know, there is an 80-20 rule, and it's that 80, but it's not the one you're thinking of. It's that 80% of the men are getting sex. That's the
What?
80-20 rule. It's actually reverse, yeah.
No, I've
Well, it
never
is
seen
because,
that.
well, no, it is because the latest trend in
Oh, yeah,
2021
that's
study
true.
proved it was okay. It's not
Yeah, you're
quite
right,
20,
actually,
but
you're
it was
right, in
only like
1 year.
22 or 24%.
You're right. They
Yeah, 'cause
they had it at least
Yeah,
once
so
in 1 year.
the 80-20 rule is actually that 80% of men get the sex when you round it down. You know?
Well, they have sex at least once in 1 year.
Yeah. That's the 80-20 rule. So, but there is no like study that would confirm the other way, and it's ridiculous. And I think like, I remember like there's been a video recently where someone was like really laughing at the idea of the 80-20 rule, and in fact, actually, the 80-20 rule was like a meme to begin with, to do with. I think it was something to do with plants. Some guy just made
No,
a meme,
it was
and
to
that's
do
how
with
it
economics, wasn't it? 80%, 20% have 80% of the wealth.
Well, this guy was talking about like. I
It's
don't know,
called
like, something to do with
Pareto.
plants.
Oh, really?
Plant-
Well, it's called.
plant reproduction or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and it just became a meme, and then
It's
it just
called
caught on, and like a lot of
Well, because they found out that it actually relates to many things.
yeah, people just copy trends.
I
don't
suppose,
they?
yeah.
Fancy
I suppose it
and
was
they
a
just
trend.
like they just hear like a buzzword and they just repeat it.
What, like-
and don't even know what it means.
Pareto principle, you mean? 'Cause it's called that's what it's called, Pareto principle.
Yeah, well, just like you know when people just copy trends, which is ironic because that's what we normally criticize women for, just like
Do we?
following the social. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
well, women are more conformist by nature,
I
aren't
suppose
they?
you're
They're
right,
more
yeah,
like
yeah.
to follow social trends, like on social media. But yeah, men do the same thing as well. And I guess what Matt was it's because these men are more feminine, so they're more likely to adopt feminine behaviour. Maybe there's a point to it.
Fuentes asks, what's wrong with the study?
Well, it's just the study does not claim what you're saying is claiming. It's not like doesn't prove the 80-20 rule correct. I mean, there was nothing to do with that. I mean, it wasn't even like the study. If it's the one that Ice Cat showed me, it wasn't like to do with sex anyway. It was to do with like people being single, and it wasn't as high as like 80% of people being
Yeah, it was
single,
single.
and the top 20% of people getting all the, you know, and like I've seen with the study I said, that debunks the notion that guys at the top are getting more sex than they had before. No, it's consistent with what it's always been. So you're going to have to find a different reasoning for why the average guy is struggling more now than what it was, because that's what people say, it's got worse, right? So, but you're going to have to find a different reason for it. You can't no longer keep, you know, blaming the boogeyman, as it were, when it's
Who
not
is the
true.
boogeyman?
It's actually false.
Chad.
Well, I mean, the boogeyman is that, yeah,
I guess
Chad's
Chad
holding
would
all
be the
women.
boogeyman.
It's nonsense. It's factually false, you know. It's just BS, like an urban myth, like that people keep claiming. But you know, in the Blackville, outside of that, people don't. And that's the thing. It's only a very niche community of men. Most people like don't know it's nonsense, but it's just this very small niche of people that are just delusional, to be honest. Especially when you can actually back that up with like the study now, so it's stupid.
Well, it wasn't even 80-20,
Like,
it was 60-30 anyway. Something.
Oh, that's what I mean. It's just, but you know, like I said, but this Friends guy, I think, you know, he's just one of these
Yeah, well,
trolly. You know, I've seen him
trolly,
before.
yeah.
It's control. Probably someone using multiple accounts, because there's a few names.
Yep.
I think he's one of the ones that got banned on All Message Chat. It might not have been him, or it's
Oh, Bobby's
it might
back.
not have been Frentis, actually.
Good
It might have
pal,
been the one
Bobby.
that has like the Elliot, or ER, should I say?
What's up,
avatar.
Bobby? How you doing?
Oh, hi, Bobby.
Bobby
yeah, I
Biro.
can't see the comments. But I've got the.
He says, "Boomer women always say how good looking I am, and they're surprised that I'm single." That happens. I'm sure that's happened to a lot of guys. But then you've got to remember, like, well, you should just do what I did and literally date a boomer woman. I mean, that's better than nothing, right?
Date what?
Date a boomer woman.
Really? Are you actually dating Boomer?
No, not
Before?
not now, but before I did, yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, how old was she?
I think she was. I don't know if she was 50 or she could have been. I think she was close to 50. And
how
by
old
the
were you at
way,
the time?
she ditched me. You know, I quite liked her.
And how old were you at the time? Was this
Oh
recent?
no, I was like 30s, you know,
Wow.
mid 30s maybe.
Yeah, well, your choice. You know, personally, for me, I a bit old for me, but hey, whatever floats your boat, man.
Yeah, but I am an Inkwell man. Inkwell's represent.
Yeah, but so am I. But
Oh yeah, no, you're
you know,
Volkwell man.
You know.
You're Volkwell.
But it depends on your definition, right? Because if you want to technically say if you don't take anything, then I'm a Volso, right? So it depends. This is why it's all a bit stupid and not autistic, because it really does depend, like how you define it. Because you know, some people might even go as bizarre enough to say, well, if you don't suck dick, then you're.
Oh my God.
I mean, it gets to that level.
That is
right?
so, Inkwell tears level.
Yeah, I know, but it's this is where do you draw a line? Because you can say, well, there's a 70-year-old woman who would, but would you? That's what I mean, right? It's like, but if you're saying within, I don't know. That's what I mean. It's always going to be subjective. That's why you can't just make a general statement. Which is what the problem with a lot of these guys in the Blackpool community. Maybe it's because of that high levels of, like that study from Dutton, high levels of eroticism, which leads, plus with the autism and you know other issues, high anxiety, leads to the very black and white thinking. So you can't have like nuance. So that's why they struggle to understand that people will have like subjective viewpoints. It has to all be all or nothing. It's either yes or no. It's not like, well, it depends. It's not black and white. There's many shades of grey to like certain issues. But in their mind, it has to either be all or nothing. So that's why when you say, well, I don't believe looks, I don't believe looks as important as you're making out to be, they then will go off the other end and say, oh, so you think looks mean zero, like of no points. It's like, no, I just think it's somewhere in the middle. Like, I think looks have an impact, but just nowhere near to the degree that the looks in the community promotes, right? They are like obsessed and think it's the be all and end all, when no, I don't. I think that the other factors are going to have an overall higher
this guy probably does
impact, you know. So that's the difference.
Dating a boomer is my best bet. There's one who's talking to me for a while. She was single. but it would have been like a 35-year age gap.
Yeah, I mean, come on now.
That's a bit much.
Well, I say come on now. I mean, if you like older women, but for me,
that's kind of crazy.
That woke some friends.
yeah. But again, I don't know. It's just your preference, right? I mean, like I don't like, you know, I don't find black women attractive, but some people do, right? Like Blue Skies Media.
I thought you
like
did,
that, so.
because there was kind of a few times when we were out, you were like, well, you know, I probably would, you know.
Yeah, but like what I mean is
That was desperation.
No, it's not that. It's just like it probably would have to be like a more attractive black girl.
Yeah.
Like people who like black girls, right? Like the standard would have to be a little higher because it's not really my type. Or maybe it's like the black girl's a bit more mixed race.
Yeah.
So, like that.
Do you think we'll be stuck on this level forever? Because we keep trying it and we
I
keep
hope not.
failing.
You know, so.
We'll like, literally the stream will just be this level again and again and again.
Although the doesn't help having the bot, of course.
Yeah, but look.
The bot's pretty useless, really. But yeah, best we can.
You know who else is a big fan of Professor Dutton?
Nuclear Redfield.
You check the channel as well.
Yeah, I'm subbed to him, so it comes up. I don't always bother to watch Nuclear Redfield's videos. It's just, you know, it's something that's a bit too...
Nuclear, if you're watching, drop a comment or two, bro.
Yeah, some of his videos are alright, I don't mind watching. But I haven't watched his videos lately. I've just, like I said, I've not been like, trying not to consume as much of the content.
Oh my god, we're getting swarmed. Wildbill found a hidden cache.
Yeah, it's round the corner. If you wanna, I'll mark it for you. Just here.
Okay.
Yo, gear over here.
Yeah, it's the blue marker I've marked it. It's just round the corner.
Yeah, oh shit. Oh, it's just ammo. Oh no, it's dry heat. Oh, okay.
Use your med kit and then take the spare one.
Where is the spare one?
It's just here.
Oh yeah.
I've marked it.
It's just non-stop in.
No, it's not continuous. It's just because we've moved forward a bit. There's only a couple anyway. Wait. Okay, you got enough ammo? Let's go.
Oh, apparently you can't hear you in the chat. That could be my fault. Yeah, I'll
Can't hear me.
I don't know. Yeah, that's what they're saying. If you
Okay. Let me
no,
just.
no, don't do anything. I moved you a bit closer to the microphone.
Okay. No, I just wondered if it's my. How am I? Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, I
it
can
my
hear you very
microphone?
clearly. So I don't know.
Okay, so it must be your end. Right?
It must be.
Alright, let's go towards the marker.
Accessing.
Oh, he can hear you both. Alright, I think he was meaning just talk about stuff, I think. I don't know.
Prowler.
Yeah, I've not been able to. I only listened to your audio when I first fired up the stream, so I don't know if my audio is loud or not. I just assumed it was. Damn, it's one of those guard aliens.
Yeah.
You can get it. They keep coming back until you get it. It will like pop out of a vent.
I remember this. You know what I've been watching?
Oh man, I got ambushed. Oops. I better get back. What have you been watching?
It's actually pretty good. The Halo show. It's on Paramount.
Halo. Oh, okay.
I
I
quit.
think I saw a couple of episodes like a year or two. Was it a year ago?
Yeah, I think it came out a year ago.
I didn't
So
think
like, I
much of it
remember
personally.
late last year, Paramount were doing this deal for like, what's that? Like 30 quid for a year's worth or something, and I thought I'll get it. And I quit. I don't even have Netflix anymore because I was just subscribed to all of these like streaming services. I was like, it's a waste of money, man.
Okay, £30 a year.
Yeah, that was for Paramount, and like, I was like, well, it's got Halo. It had like, you know, South Park, Beavis Butthead, pretty funny, and it had some films as well. But like, I used to always use Netflix, but it's just really expensive and it's like, I don't know, man. I finally quit it. I've given them enough money, man.
I mean, I don't watch enough normal TV to warrant any sort of subscription. But if you watch it a lot, I guess.
Well, you probably got Prime, right? Because they practically give that up.
No, I don't. I'm on some Prime. No, I don't use it enough. When they offer like a free trial, I'll just
they give you.
To be honest,
they give you a whole month free trial. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I don't use it enough to warrant.
Yeah.
It's just not beneficial to me.
Yeah, but that Halo show is actually really good.
I'm sorry, step in front of me. Damn, I can't shoot you, keep running in front of me, man. When a box in the corner, it's best you just stand like still. Because if there's a group of you, you end up shooting each other. But of course the CPU steps in front of you all the time. That's why it's not good to have bots.
Oh no, he's asking, can you see the YouTube chat? No, he can't. I have to read it to him.
Yeah, not at the moment because I've got the game open, right? It's full screen.
Yeah.
But if I'm not playing the game, I'll see it.
That's alright. I'll keep an eye on the chat.
Bypassing down.
Actually, my guy looks a bit like, do you know the Master Chief in Halo?
Yeah.
They revealed what he looks like in the show.
You mean in the actual TV program, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, he looks a bit like the guy I made in Aliens.
No response from Hangar Delta's ALS. Diverting to Epsilon.
Oh, nice use grenade.
Wasn't me. You have grenades. You're the gunner.
I do. Yeah. I never use them. I never bother. I should though.
Yeah. You should use them because they're just you have unlimited amount, right? It's just on a recharge.
It is, yeah.
It's one of your special abilities.
I'm gonna die, I think. I've got a little.
Well, you can always use your medkit if you want. That's what it's there for.
I died. I think we're gonna fail again. I think we've got to. Oh no, we're gonna die quickly. I think we got to bring it back down to regular difficulty.
Clear.
Especially since I'm stopping to have swigs of my drink.
But it depends. We wouldn't need to separate if we had another human player. Of course, having a bot makes it harder, right?
Yeah, but
it's like having 2.5 players. A bot's only really like half a player. It's not a full amount. And if you have a good player, well, it's like the equivalent of probably 2 or 3 bots. If you've got like a try-hard guy, he's like level 100 or whatever. I mean, some players are good enough to do it a level on their own.
Bobby Biro says incels TFLs are more traumatized by a system that is weaponized against
I would be
them
pleased to assist.
rather than a byproduct of Asperger.
Yeah, probably true because they're in worse circumstances in life. But what I would actually add is that TFL. What did he say? Was it TFL, man?
Well, he said in the forums.
Incel or TFL? Just,
well, he said both. He said both.
Okay, so concentrate. Well, what I would say is that what we've seen with the data is that TFL, incel men, however you want to word it, they find it harder to deal with adversity than your average guy. So that's why it's a bit of both, right? Like, yeah, okay, they're in a worse circumstance than that, but also they seem to be more likely to struggle with adversity. So they react. So basically, when something bad happens to them, they'll react more negatively than your average person. So it like just compounds the issue. Basically, you're in a bad situation, but then you also react worse than an average person would in said situation.
No.
So it's like
Is there another?
twice as bad, really.
He says in the forums you see them either analysing a problem or being frustrated with then no solutions.
There we
Yeah,
are.
it's fucking boring as stuff,
Sending
to
you
be
the door
honest.
code.
Had enough.
What, in the forums?
That's
Yeah,
what it
yeah,
says.
but again, a lot of that is just like over-obsessing, over-analysing, being like overly logical on issues as well, which isn't helpful, you know, like they do most of their living in their head rather than out in the real world, which is never a good thing, because that's going to lead to mental health issues.
Sadly true.
Most people. Especially if you're more predisposed to having mental health issues in the first place, which is what apparently the data seems to suggest people in these communities. That's the way they are. And I suppose the other thing I'd say, I mean, this isn't specific to like troubles with women, whatever like troubles you in life, want to reflect on it now and again, but a lot of these dudes, they make it worse because they just like, that's their life, they like reflect on the one thing that apparently like frustrates them or whatever, but they like, okay, every so often, but it's like all the time, like that whole day or whole week or whole, so it's like your whole life you're just torturing yourself, where it's like, okay, you get it, but at some point you got to move on, you know, you got to okay, have a plan to, alright, this is it, even if whatever you believe, even if you believe it's Luxism, even though, you know, I think it's a bit deluded, but you know, whatever, make a plan, like, okay, know your limitations and move forward, but to just obsess over it all the time,
Yeah, well, they make it their identity, man. It's pretty
yes,
sick.
exactly, exactly, and that's why they will kind of defend it like a religion. Like if you try to say, well, actually, what you believe in isn't true, they take it really personally because it's their identity. They see it as an attack on their identity, when it's like, you don't mean to, you're just critiquing the ideology, but, you know, like a cultist, they will see it as an attack on their identity.
Wow, the grenade's really good.
Yeah, that's what I said, to use them, spam them. You can, when you get more high rank, you can change the type of grenade you have as well. Like,
Well, the standard tag grenade was like really good at the count all.
yeah.
And it recharges fast. I know.
I don't think, also, there's no friendly fire in the grenade. So,
Oh, really?
I think that's helped. Yeah, I don't think there
But you
is.
can hurt
unlike
yourself,
the
I think.
Can you? Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, I might be running that. I'm trying to.
That sounds a bit
normally, I
silly.
don't. Yeah, well, I know. I don't think there is because, like, the Demolisher class has a, you know, like Predator has like a shoulder-mounted cannon.
Can you
And
play
there's no
Predator
friendly
in this?
fire on it. No.
Oh,
I'm just
damn
saying, like, the class has like a shoulder-mounted
Oh, I see.
cannon, which just reminds me of Predator. You know how he has
Yeah.
that cannon on his shoulder.
Oh, we're at this end bit. Oh. I
Yeah,
think
well,
so. Bobby Berra says,
What happened here?
I think incel TFLs are more likely to face adversity head on. Incels wouldn't be breaking their legs just to grow a few inches if they weren't adamant about solving a problem. Yeah, but that just sounds insane, man.
Bread.
yeah, but no, but what percentage of incels are actually breaking their legs? It's a very
Yeah,
tiny
that is a
percentile.
tiny percent,
And again, I could counter that by just simply saying there's people who are anorexic and kills themselves through being
Do they?
anorexia. So
What,
yeah, well,
they
being
starve to death?
anorexic, people will die, like, right, from doing it. So there's all sorts of mental health issues. And anyway, that's not healthy. Both insecure, like messed up in the head if you're willing to do that. And the research suggests that no, incels are much more prone to suffering from mental health issues, high levels of depression, high levels of anxiety, high levels of narcissism, neuroticism, and sociosexuality. So it's the opposite. You're more likely to have a weaker mindset, unfortunately. Again, not all. like there may be some individuals who break this trend, but if we're talking about the group, like incels as a group or TFLers, that is the trend. And this is why like they're more prone to say like thinking in their heads more, overthinking things, is because they have high levels of these sort of traits, more likely to be on the spectrum, for example, as well. And yeah,
that's true.
It's just not good. Just not good. Like, and yeah, a lot of these guys are suffering mentally, but the harsh reality is that these guys would always be prone to having issues. Right? It's like if you have an addictive gene in your, if you have if you're like prone to be like addicted to things, right? An addiction. Yeah, you might not end up being addicted to alcohol, but you might end up being addicted to gambling, right? It's something that's going to get you. And I think even with some of these incels, if they weren't so hung up on like not getting a woman for whatever theory they believe, you might find that they become obsessed about something else and depressed about something else, you see. And maybe some of these guys end up just dwelling on like looks or whatever it may be, or not getting women, or I mean, because the same is said for alt-right guys, like, people who get really into like, say, like politics or right wing. It's like they're trying to deflect from their real world problems, right, or problems in other areas of their life, so they fixate on politics, right, even though there's not much they can really influence. And it might be the case with some of the incel community anyway, that they don't want to acknowledge or deal with actual issues they can change, so they just want to brush it all off to, well, there's nothing I can do, I can't change the way I look or the way I was born. The same you'll get with some people in terms of money, like they're very poor and they're like, well, I wasn't born into a rich family, so why should I bother to try and make money? It's so stacked against you. And if you want to talk about inequalities, the sex inequality is nothing compared to wealth inequalities. That is where like 1% owns, what is it, more than 50% of the wealth? When it comes to sex, it's actually quite well distributed when we compare it to wealth. Wealth, there's a huge inequality. If you want to talk about inequalities, wealth is a huge one where the elites basically have everything. Right? 1% has more than 50% of the world's population in wealth. But when it comes to sex, it's not even near that. Not even near that. So.
Well, it's more distributed than the Dark Ages, where like one man was reproducing with 17 women apparently. Well, I don't know when. I think that was the Stone Age, actually, the Stone Ages or whatever.
Stone Age.
Yeah, it was like for every 17 women that reproduced, only one man did.
Oh yeah, one such just.
That was a famous. That was a famous stat. Bobby says, I think it's a real mix. I don't see many mentally ill ones online as you do, I suppose. Most just accepting that they are ugly. So he goes back to the ugly thing. Politics affects the real world. Lol. You want them to give up, but not complain about it. Lol.
I would say the difference, like, accepting you're ugly compared to people who are actually ugly. Because don't forget, there's a lot of people who get fooled in. Sorry?
I think your mic's a bit too loud, but it's alright. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm too loud now.
Well, that's the thing. I misread it before.
Don't know. Right, so what I was saying, the difference between, like, someone who's not in this community or obsesses over these communities and someone who's would be deemed, I don't like the term, but deemed like just a normal, someone who's never like goes on to these incel things. But there's plenty of ugly people who are like that. I mean, we see them still, some of them, getting women anyway. But the difference is they come to terms with it and just say, like, I'm an ugly bug. But they don't just keep obsessing over it and then, like, you know what I mean? Like, just having to keep reflecting themselves and tell themselves, oh, I'm ugly. It's like they get on with it. They know their limitations and they get on with it. And that's the difference, whereas people in this community tend to just, like, and it doesn't necessarily have to be about looks, it can be other things as well. Like, they just obsess over whatever they're failing in.
He says,
and instead of, like, thinking,
oh shit.
They don't actually come to terms with it, because normally when you identify a problem, you come to terms with it and you move on or leave the community, but they don't. Even MGTOWs are guilty of this. MGTOW, like, I remember Turfling Monkey before he went completely insane, right, with the doll stuff, I think. He used to say, like, MGTOWs are guilty of, like, staying in the community. You should learn the information and then you should truly go your own way. stop being in the communities online. So the same critiques for them as it is would be for like the incels, right? And this is why like even I say I'm going to practice what I preach and not consume the content as much, because you've heard it all 100 times. You don't need to, whatever you believe. Oh damn, I went down. I didn't hear myself. I was too busy talking.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down as well. I
You
think
should
we
just-
need to go back to regular.
You know, it's
difficulty.
like there's only, you don't need to keep hearing the same message hundreds of times. The guys who keep watching the videos again and again, you know that they're just obsessed by it, and that's not healthy. You know, if you really, like, if you think or you know, or whatever you want to say, think or know, you're ugly. Okay, right, you're ugly, but what you gonna do now? You're gonna just spend your whole life just like feeling sorry for yourself? Like, I mean, what is it? Unless you're one of these guys who
You're
get
gonna be like
off
Bobby, I
out
guess.
being abused. Maybe they could. You know, some guys like being abused, and they actually maybe like being. You
What,
know,
Mr. Slave? Do you think?
exactly. So some guys do have that. I mean a bit.
But that's like
facetious
because they have
there,
such a
but-
fucked up life, right? That's not natural.
Yeah. Well, apparently, what Mr. Slave loves it. He says he would.
Yeah, but
say
that's because
opposite.
like he had a fucked up.
Yeah,
life,
he's
fucked
a
up
bizarre.
childhood.
Yeah, he's an outlier. Obviously, most people don't know it.
But he's European,
but-
isn't he? Then
Sorry?
he's European. He's not American.
Yeah, he's got an accent. He won't say where he's from, but he sounds, you know,
Yeah.
somewhere in Europe. I can't quite make out. Maybe Eastern Europe, but yeah. But then when you go to niches, actually don't forget the incel community itself's a niche, and that's a real eye opener. You know, a lot of people want to make out that. This is why again they make out the bullshit that most people are incel, which is even Hormaxer says this, and it's not true. It's simply not true. No, you're the minority. Most people aren't incels. You know, it's a niche community. Like the black pill's smaller than the red pill even. Like it's a real niche community. So you gotta remember that. With like, but some people get so deluded that they actually think like we're the majority, like incel black is the majority when it's not true.
Anyone going to hit the hydraulics?
Yeah, I think
It's like,
I'm getting better.
the same with Micto. Remember, people who say Micto is going to be the majority. Every guy's no, you know, it's not. It's just a niche. Like many communities online, they're just niches.
Men gay through ostracizing women. That's what I used to call it.
Still seeing no pressure on the main doors.
I'm going to start deploying on my special stuff. I think we need them. Oh shit! I need to get them up. Gun there, the scientist died. Cover me.
Anyone going to hit the hydraulics?
Oh yeah, I need to go do that hydraulics.
Yeah, if someone could do that. Great.
Yeah, okay. I hate those spitters, man. They always get me.
Still seeing no pressure on the main doors. Door hydraulics prime. Continuing launch sequence. Short party. Deactivate the safety
Is
interlock
that it?
on the main doors.
Did we do it?
No, I need to go and do the next one now.
Landing
On the
signal
left.
officer station left
So
side.
I'll go again. You can just defend. Oh crap, I hope that big one goes for you guys.
We did.
Main door locked. Safety interlock disengaged. Resuming cycle.
Oh no, he's coming for me. Damn it.
Do you need overdrive? Overdrive.
Watch for incoming.
Killed one of the big ones.
Oh, well done. gotta be it.
Should be almost done.
Shore party, I need you up in prime line. Get to the air boss's console and clear for final depressurization.
Oh, okay, I gotta do another thing. Right. Off I go again.
Said a bunch of stuff in the chat, but I don't have time to read. Sorry, you're gonna have to wait for a bit.
Yeah, we need to try and not die.
We're too addicted to our video.
I think this is the last one I have to do.
We're too distracted.
Staff sergeant, we're good to go.
Oh crap. All big ones. Oh shit, I'm running next to one. Okay, I think we can...
That was ridiculous.
Done it.
High five for that.
Yeah, I just ran to the aircraft.
So yeah, you can answer Bobby's chat now. He said a bunch of stuff.
Oh, we did it, Ice Cat. Come on,
Yeah, we did it.
celebration.
That's not bad.
Right into it.
Alright.
Right, I'll bring up the stream. Okay, oh wow, that's a lot. That's a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
to,
yeah. He started talking about like the 40% is a myth.
I don't know when
or
to
something.
start responding to. Alright, okay, so I'll do right. I think done is control, but I don't know for sure. When he said that girls touching each other through hugging proves they are more sexual as bogus to me. I don't know about that. I've not heard him say that. I mean, I probably wouldn't agree on everything Dutton says, but to be honest, it's hard to agree with. I find like with most people, there's always going to be stuff you disagree with, and you shouldn't just be a fanboy of anyone. I think that's a mistake. You should always be. That's why I said like I despise. I don't really like Vaush, but I have to be honest. I think he, you know, had made quite a few good points against.
Vaush did well in the debate, huh?
I think so. My opinion. Yes,
I just heard him say
waffles.
that he was a bit of a fag, and I got kind of turned off, you know.
Who, Vaush? Well,
Yeah.
Vaush is bisexual.
Yeah, it's kind of grim,
Yeah.
man.
But then so is Hormax, right?
Well, I don't know. Well, so is Destiny,
He is,
right? Well, what about
Hormax is.
What about Destiny?
Destiny is. Hormax admitted he's bisexual.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not. I don't know. I'd have to see. Is it just like traps, or is it full blown?
Well, no, he says. Well, this is where it's very subjective, right?
I'm talking about
Depends.
Vaush.
I mean, Vaush.
Yeah.
Well, Vaush said he's the masculine guy, so he goes for feminine dudes.
Yeah.
So again, is there much difference? Remember, Hormax says himself he'd go for twinks. So is there really much? I'm just saying.
I saw some video recently. It was like Tren. I don't know if it's Tren, some sort of testosterone
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It made me gay or something.
Tren.
Tren made me gay or something.
Yeah, it's Tren. It does. I mean, that's what Hormax admitted, that it really brought out his kink for like traps.
Yeah.
Tren, when he started taking that, so
Kinda
it
grim,
definitely
man.
does. And it makes you hypersexual. So you know, hypersexualizes you, sends your libido through the roof. So you know, it's so when it comes to the whole,
Rolling laps.
well, this is the thing. It's a very arbitrary thing, isn't it? Like, where do you draw the line? Because me personally, I think going with like I wouldn't go with a trap, right? At all. It doesn't matter if they look like a woman. As soon as I knew it was, it would turn me off. Because I would see that if I went through with it and played with a dick or whatever, I would be gay. So, see what I mean? So everyone's going to have different opinions on that. So it's very hard to say, well, does this mean that you're full-blown gay or whatever? But all we know is he did agree to being bisexual, and Vaush is bisexual, Destiny's bisexual. I think the thing they have in common, they've all sucked dick.
I suppose so.
So it's very hard, you know, but I understand there is a difference to like getting with like masculine dudes, but some people would maybe say there isn't much difference, so I don't know. It's
Bobby Biro
sexuality
said.
is very complex, so I don't think any of us truly know.
Well,
All I know is what I'm into and what I'm not, and I'm not into anything like that or any traps. No, I don't.
Bobby said, "I have solace knowing I tried everything I could and nothing worked. No point about theorizing anymore because I've done that to death. If it happens, it happens, but I've given up. And then he said that 40% of men reproduce applies globally, not to monogamous Europeans. What? Wait, you mean non-monogamous Europeans? Wait, what's he on about? And then he says a bunch of other stuff. Took me years to digest Muktal. But because I didn't really learn my lessons, stuff's easy to comprehend logically, but emotionally it's hard. 5% of men who are 30 and under are sexless, relationless. Well, that's not according to Bill. Bill doesn't agree with that. The manosphere isn't making everything up. I say about 10% of my friends and colleagues are relationship married. The rest are single. This includes male and female. It's a new normal. Society is screwed. I don't blame people for spending countless hours coming to terms with that knowledge. I'd rather incels take their frustrations out online than on me.
Yeah, was it? He's saying 65% men under 30 are under sexless and relationship. I mean, relationshipless. No, but not what I've seen. No, the study which is often used by all like the black pills and red pill. Was it the family social study? No, that's not. So no, I'm not sure where you get that from. But the studies which
he's going on that study that we looked at the other day.
When they got all excited and they were like the prophets of doom,
yeah,
it was 30%. And the reason why I say prophets of doom, it has to be said, because it wasn't that it was just 30% then and that was bad enough. It's the fact that they were foreseeing that would shoot up. And I remember, and you can even go and see some of the videos that where they would then, and even the comments, the assumption was that it wasn't going to stop at 30, it was going to jump to 40, to 50, to 60. And that's why I say prophets of doom. And this is with that community, they always overemphasized like an issue, right? So, but it didn't happen, did it? It actually got better. It actually went down to about, I can't remember, it's 22 or 24% of men report no sex in a year. And again, that's a year. Now, in my 20s, I could get women, and I was never even heard of the term incel, been on it. I did go some years when I didn't have sex for a year. So does that mean I would have been incel? Well, no. So if you even broaden that to say, have you had sex in 2 years, 3 years, that percentage is going to drop further. This is why I'm saying, like, the actual niche, like, hardcore incellers is such a small percentage. It's so small.
Bobby says...
Because don't forget, in this community, you've got a lot of homosexuals who are infiltrating it. There's that as well. So the true... And also you've got... I identified someone made the argument that a lot of incels are fake incels anyway. They're LARPing. They're not actually incel.
Bobby says... it's the Hill article, Fox News also reported it. And then he says, how old is Wild Bill? I think Bill is sort of near my age.
37.
Oh wow, nice, you came straight out. There you go.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not shy about so much. 37.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm not young. I'm like, for this community anyway, probably like old, right? And that's part of my problem. That's what I would say. It gets harder as you get older. Like, you know, just because you're more cut off socially, like, it's harder to make new friends as you get older, which is something that is natural, because there's like research, like, men as they get older will be more lonely. They don't have many friends, and that's what's been the big change as well. Forget the fact of maybe people having their sex, but like, people don't have friends in the real world. That's backed up by research as well. It was like in 1990, it was like, I can't remember stats, but like, there's been a huge change in like people having 1 or 2 good friends, and then to have like 5 or 6 good friends is very increasingly rare. And I can't remember I won't try and guess what the figures were, but I know it's like halved at least, or worse.
Oh, Bobby Biro's in his 20s.
Struggle to have like friends, and if you don't have friends in social circles...
Wait, that doesn't make sense, because if you're in your 20s, then you must have grown up with social media. That doesn't make sense. Bobby Biro says, I'm in my 20s, and it's like an entirely different world ever since social media came out. But if you're in your 20s, social media was...
Yeah, for him, I think maybe he's referring to me. I think he's going to say, like, when I was in my 20s. Even when I was in my 20s, there was social media. No, I'm not that old. But it was more in its earlier days, admittedly, but like there was social media around. Social media did exist in my 20s, so yeah. And
Oh man.
don't forget, you do in terms of like certain things, it's it's been around longer than people like to think. It's not like just a couple of year phenomena. These social media.
Well, no, it's been around for ages. When he was in his, it would have been around when he was a kid if he's in his 20s. So, again, he's kind of bullshitting us. For fuck's sake.
Bobby, I can't remember when it came out. You might be right in 2004. It's roughly around it, but no, it was popular way before 2014-15. A few years before that. I'd say that's being a bit late. At least 2012. I would say before that, 2010. 2010. No, before that, because like I was 2010.
Look up MySpace. The first one was MySpace.
Yeah, no, way before 2014. Yeah, no, it's been around longer than people realise, which is why I suppose there is some pushback when to the argument that it's all social media's fault, because it's probably other things at play as well. It's not just social media.
We got a new
guy. Yeah, was it Jared? Not familiar with this guy, but yeah, I'd agree more with what he said. Late 2000s, yeah, that sounds more reasonable. I don't know the exact time. I'm trying to think back because I was late to the game with social media myself. I never really liked Facebook, never really got into it, so I was like one of the last of like my friend group to get into it. So there was people doing it before me, and I'm trying to think when I first had a Facebook account. Probably would have been. I first had a Facebook account like 2000. When did Facebook come out? Was it 2004? I think I maybe had it like 2005 or 6. And there was people before me, so yeah, nah, it's been around a while now, social media. Well, before that, probably not before 2008, because like I say, I was not one of the first on Facebook, and for me,
before Facebook, they had MySpace, and trust me, a lot
yeah,
of
but
guys
Facebook,
were using MySpace.
Let me search actually. When did Facebook start up? I'll Google it.
Fucking Eddie again. I always get Eddie on these.
2004, February 2004, Facebook started. So yeah, it's been around a while. And it did catch on quite quick. Facebook. It's not like it took years before it grew. You know, it got big quite. That's why MySpace died out, right? It basically killed them off. Because of the popularity of Facebook. Facebook's not even as popular, it's declining now, isn't it? I believe, right? I mean, I still have an account, but I never go on it. Like, maybe if I just want to contact someone, but I don't like social media. Oh, I see you on Tekken. Yeah.
Yeah. Tekken
yeah, that's
8.
fine.
Tekken
yeah,
8 is.
I can watch. I can talk.
Yeah, I mean, he left a bunch of. Oh crap.
Yeah, it's stuff that probably maybe I missed some stuff that I want
tons
to
of
respond
stuff.
to. I think I read most of it. So it took him years to digest MGTOW ideology. I think for me, I was like a MGTOW probably for like a year and a half. Then I realised it was not right. There was I would say the early days of MGTOW, there was actually some good parts to it. MGTOW now is a joke, like it's devolved, but in the early days there was some good points. And if you were like I was, like completely new to it all, you could say like very blue-pilled. It was a good way to sort of change your mindset. But the problem is with MGTOW, it did make me like a bit of a misogynist to begin with. Like it really brought out the red pill rage in me, and that wasn't good. But then when that kind of died down, then I started to see one or two issues. It was like Steve Hawker really was one of the leading things that got me out of MGTOW, when his critique, and I guess it sort of made me think that actually maybe MGTOW is a bit too much of a strong man narrative. You're just like trying to pretend that you don't want women. I mean, you know, there's some. The trouble is, there is some arguments to the MGTOW thing that is the juice worth the squeeze, and that is true. You do have to think about it, but it's just. I think it's the whole revenge thing. That's what I mean. Is like, oh, we're gonna get one over on women, and women are gonna rule the day, and they will be like bowing down to us, and that's where it's like, come on now, you know, that's never gonna happen. You're being ridiculous here. And it's almost like that revenge fantasy part of MGTOW, which I really didn't like. And it's a lot of MGTOWs that ended up being quite bitter. And I see parallels actually with like the more Inkwell, like Black Pill community, with the bitter MGTOWs. And I suppose you could say it's because MGTOWs are incels in denial, so that's why they have a similar behaviour. But either way, the only way I see it is that MGTOWs will defend their cult, their ideology of MGTOW to the death. And like Lucas and Blackpillars will do the same in regards to Lucas. They both had this horrible, like bitter sort of attitude, and you can't reason with them. Like you can even present the facts, but they're like you say, it's their identity, and they will defend it to the death. They're not interested in the truth. They just want to prop up their ideology.
Cope. Straight up cope.
Yeah, because you see, with, you know, Wheat Waffles was in hospital there, that's why the debate was actually put off for a week.
Okay.
Yeah, he was in hospital, and there was, because I caught a part of, was it Undead Chronic stream with Hamhan. The only reason why is because they were like, someone said they were critiquing Hormaxer, but they didn't really talk about him. They were critiquing Andrew Tate, because Andrew Tate said he would rather be of a trap that was a 10 than a woman, by a woman who's a 1. So they were like saying, you know, critiquing, saying that's gay, like that, and then people said they were critiquing the Hormats because he was in the thumbnail, but I couldn't actually find what they did. But I heard one bit when Undead Chronic came on, and I must admit, he did make me laugh with one joke. It wasn't to do with Hormats, it was to do with Wheat Waffles, because they don't like Wheat Waffles apparently. And
who's they?
They said Hammerhand and Undead Chronic. They don't
Why
like Wheat
not?
Waffles.
Because he's linked with PUAs. He's linked with Alex P. Playing with.
No,
fire.
the reason why is because apparently Undead Chronic wanted to have a talk with Wheat Waffles. This was a few years ago.
Oh, right.
And Wheat Waffles said, I don't talk to people, I don't stream with people. And they said since then he's streamed with lots of people, which is true, he has streamed with lots of people. So they're a bit like annoyed, like, he kind of stumped me, but yet then he's, you know, they basically say he was lying, you know, that he was being a bit like, obviously, yeah, I mean, I can understand it would pitch off a bit, like, you know, the guy doesn't want to stream with you, but then because he says he doesn't do that, but then he does with everyone else after he said that. But either way, he made a nice joke, to be fair to him, and I don't like Undead Chronic, by the way, but he did make a funny joke where he said, so a guy who rates men's faces has injured his hand, because he injured his hand, and he goes, I wonder what he did to injure his hand. Was he like vigorously rating men's faces?
Yeah, I heard that.
You know? Because I mean, you know, and they were saying the whole face ring thing is pretty homosexual and that. And that's one thing that Hormax and their arch enemies, by the way, would agree on. That it's very like homosexual to be like that obsessed about men's looks and constantly rating faces and stuff. And I do think it's at least homoerotic at the very least. Yeah, it is a bit weird. I think even Vaush touched on that in his debate with Wheat Waffles. He said, look, and Vaush said, look, I'm bisexual, so I know it. Like, this is, like, bizarre. You're more obsessed with men's physique than women's. But,
he said something.
yeah, he is Undead Chronic is angry, yeah. He's got the rage, the red pill rage. Yeah, I almost read all of Bobby's comments now.
Well, read his comment about 40%.
What's that?
He said 40% of
40% of men applies globally, not to monogamous. Well, he was talking about your historic fact about people.
No, yeah, but that's not what I said. I mean, he's talking about some different fact. 40% is a lot. Wow, 40%. Holy shit, that's a lot.
Yeah, he's saying
That's
40% of men in history reproduce. I think he's saying.
Is that a fact? What is that?
I honestly don't know in terms of that. I've heard the whole thing that it was. I can't think of the period, but I can't remember what it's called. But there's a period when there was like it was really hard to reproduce as a man.
Yeah.
See, this is what
that's
they
the one.
say.
That's
like,
the one I was talking about.
Well, this is why I think some people argue against, like, you know, our like, you know, incels just being crybabies, basically, just like sour grapes, because yeah, maybe in like the recent times there was, it's a little harder now than it was say 20-40 years ago, but if you go back further and many periods in history, this is far easier now. You know, and this is what Lux Maximus says, well, when it, like, you know, a lot of men
that was awesome.
have never had it. It's never been easier as a pleb. Yeah, you know, these guys just want to sit around bitching and complaining and feeling sorry for themselves. Some of that also is because society now promotes being a victim. It promotes that
This guy's ass. Come on, man.
be a victim and just complain, and that's what a lot of it is. Let's be honest, a lot of it is in the black bit. It's just feeling sorry for yourself and complaining. It's finding a reason to blame why you're in the situation you are outside of taking responsibility yourself. And you know, I'm seeing that more and more, which is why I don't have. You know, I'm just like, well, a lot of it is BS. It's just like, you know, finding reasons to defer responsibility for your situation.
Oh, I suppose, yeah. Survival is easy to play. Yeah, that's true.
Oh, here you put Bobby Barrow rotating such frustrations out online. And yeah, I mean, I agree with that if they're just ranting, but the problem is, the issue is when it becomes a propaganda machine. And you got to be honest, like, especially like the content, it's the content producers, the ones who are like preaching this ideology, right? That becomes like a cult. No, that's terrible, especially because it indoctrinates a lot of teenagers, like people who are like young, who haven't even grown up yet. There's a lot of them in this community, people under the age of 18. That's like grooming them into this brainwash, like how MGTOWs like to, you know, do the same. Get these young dudes in, so then we can like warp their minds, so then they won't like simp to women, they won't pay women any attention. It's the same thing, you know, because people are much more impressionable when they're young as well. Their minds are easier warped. So no, I disagree, because it's quite damaging for men. The black pill, the elements of it falls prey to nihilism and negativity. By and large, it does, and that's the key difference between, like, say, black pill and you know, the red pill and the blue pill. You know, the red pill, you could say it's more like ignorance is bliss to a large degree, right? And then the red pill is going to be like a bit more practical with its solutions and a lot more hope. Now, it can be false hope, and the problem is there's a lot of swindlers in the red pill community, but the black pill falls prey to nihilism and negative form. Now, some people can handle that, but most people can't. And when you're around that level of negativity and nihilism, you will fall prey to it, and it will become like the crabs in the bucket. And we see this all the time, where men will just they'll bring each other down. They want to keep them at the level because misery loves company. And they don't actually want to see other men improving. They want to keep them down where they are. And that's a big problem in the community. And even in the black pill now, of course, you've got the ones who, the content producers who, and this is why I think they twist maybe perhaps the motivation to why, it's either that or incompetence, isn't it? Why they're not, like, say, citing the recent studies, like Wheat Waffle's a classic example. You know, because they want men to be more fixated on looks. They want the problem to be magnified, so then they will make more money through, like, face rates. Because that's what I was going to add on to the fact, you know, when he said he injured his hand, Wheat Waffles himself put out a post on his channel saying, look, I'm okay, guys, you know, I'm just in hospital, hurt my hand, I'll be, you know, everything's fine. But he had to put on it, please stop contacting me, something like this, can't remember exact words, please stop contacting me, I will do your face ratings as soon as I can. So that just tells you, it's almost like, you know, you got some, man, you got some of those face rings for me. I just need my latest fix. I can't wait till next week or even tomorrow. These guys are that obsessed. They've been brainwashed that heavily that face ratings to them is like being addicted to Charlie or something, right? You know, like, it's that insane. That just tells you how messed up the community must be. That the guy himself's having to say to his followers, look, I'll do your face rain soon enough. It becomes such an obsession. That is not healthy. I don't care what anyone says. That is not right. That is a clear sign that these individuals. Of course, Wheat Waffles is laughing all the way to the bank because he's probably getting guys who are like, even if they've got like money or jobs, which a lot of people in the Black Pill, as what I showed you with the studies last stream, they earn less money than on average. So a lot of Black Pills aren't that wealthy, but there is some that are. But you can imagine people every week like, oh, face rain, face rain, face rain. It's just he's laughing all the way to the bank. I mean, fair play to him. It's a bit, you could say, immoral, but.
Oh, that's like proper
this is why I don't agree that it's a good thing, though. It's a bad thing for people. Really bad, in general.
He says... let me go up again. He says, I know very few girls who are nice to men. Most are envious and nasty.
Again, I'm not sure, because... Are men nice to men? Do you know who would be worse? This is why I used to think that, especially in my MGTOW days. Yeah, I was like, yeah, women are awful, women's nature, because that's what MGTOW would preach. They make you really like, women are terrible, the worst.
No,
but actually, it's men.
Men
are worse.
Through ostracizing
men will treat
women.
you far worse than women. Men will, trust me, the people who will treat you harshest in life will always be men. They are the most brutal. Now, you can get... Because for example, especially in this community, a lot of men, like I'm different, right? Like I say, well, I wouldn't like throw a guy under the bus to get a woman, but most men are going to stab you in the back to even sniff a woman, right? This is the issue. Men are instinctively built also to be competitive with one another. So, no, I disagree with that. Yes, some women can be horrible, but on average, I would say it's much more likely you're going to have bad experiences with fellow men.
I think MGTOW are grooming Bobby. Most men are nice to me in a friendly manner, not a gay manner. Laughing, smiley face. Crying, crying, smiley face.
There is some good guys, like you can, like, you know, there is some good guys, and this is why I really don't like the idea of, like, when, say for example, you know, a content producer in Black Pill will say, oh, all men would throw each other under the bus for like a woman. I mean, no, I disagree. There is some men who don't, you know. I like to think myself like I wouldn't, but there is a lot of men who would. And outside of that, I'm just saying in general, men are more harsh towards other men than women. Like I would say on average, women are more likely to be kind to you than a man is, and it's because of, if you want to talk about evolution, I mean, that is instinctual, because men are meant to compete with one another from a base level, right? If you take society away, men see each other's threat.
A tournament species.
Threat, and we got the male ego as well, see, and that comes into play. And there's like the pecking order, the whole sort of like shuffling. So that's all built into our nature. Now, whilst we can overcome our nature, we're not like, we're not robots, but it does mean there's a tendency. This is why, like, even in the manosphere, we're very fractured, right? And that's why the manosphere will never get anywhere, even if they all, because there's going to be fractures in all the communities, whereas women, being more collective, will like band together more. And
hey, check this out. He says, most girls I've talked to, I've met through male friends, and my male friends usually set me up with girls. Fucking, you got some nice friends,
you've got decent friends, and if that's the case, and that's nice, you know. I mean, because some people will complain that their friends won't do that. But to be honest, when I was younger, I didn't have friends directly set me up, but they were like cool enough.
If they were good friends, they would do, and especially if they were already in a relationship, that's when they tend to do it. I found if they're.
I've set up my friends before.
Yeah, it's a nice thing to do. I
managed to get my friend with a girl. I've set up about quite a few people. It's 3, 4. Admittedly, a couple of times it's because I didn't like the girl and she liked me, and then I just kind of like hinted, like said you should get with like my friend, and then I like said to my friend, oh, she likes you, and then like I didn't know if they'd get together, and then they did. Became like boyfriend and girlfriend for a long time. Yeah, but a lot of guys can be quite nasty. That's what I'm saying. You know, like some guys are good, but some guys are, you know.
Yeah.
So that's why I disagree. Yeah, women can be harsh to you, but I would just say on average, it's more likely it's going to be a dude that screws you over.
Shall we react to Hormax a video
Yeah,
then.
let me go for a pee.
Alright.
Let me get it ready. I'm just gonna pee.
We're gonna react to Hormax's awesome new video. The guy is having some real androcentric experiences out there, and I must say, it's pretty cool, man. Like, I was impressed. You know, I thought it was pretty amazing. I wouldn't mind being where he was, if you know what I mean. Which you will do, because we're gonna see in a minute. So. We're relatively close geographically, maybe England. I think England is different to America, from what I've heard. You know, it's fairly different. I wasn't sure before, but I guess it is. So what's everyone else up to? Anything? Tends to be mainly American guys dropping comments, I noticed. Suppose it's the way it goes, you know. It's just me and Bill holding down the fort over here in the UK. I mean, we've got like obviously Wheat Waffles. He's like, you know, he's made it big, but trying to think of who else, you know. Can't think. Yeah, a lot of the manosphere has really shrunk on YouTube actually. Well, the incel sphere, you know, Inkwell. There's not much left, you know. There's a few little guys coming in here and there, but apart from that, I'm drinking this draft bitter. I've been drinking this a lot in the recently. Smooth, nice, full-bodied, you know. Doesn't give you indigestion. It's nice. It's a nice one for a chill. You know, drinking with friends or whatever. Yeah, well, why would they? Why would Todd and Dashboard meet up? I mean, I can understand why they didn't, because I don't see how that would have gone, you know, I mean, me and Bill, we talked for a long time beforehand, like, we did streams, you know, we talked on Discord, we were into the same kind of stuff, you know, we were close, we lived close to each other, and that's how it went down. I mean, these two guys, they don't have that much in common if you really think about it. And I remember Todd was more up for meeting. And I thought it'd be cool. I thought at one point, oh, maybe it would happen. But I'm not surprised it didn't happen. Especially Dashboard. He wouldn't, there's nothing for him if he meets with Todd, you know. I always say, like, I said this last stream, if Dashboard was gonna meet another man, it'd be some cool PUA to, like, even... It's weird because both their names are Alex. Even my middle name's also Alex, which is weird. But well, it's not that weird, seeing it's one of the most common names on the earth. But yeah, if Dashboard met Alex Playing with Fire met with Alex Dashboard, now that would be a good meet, man, because they'd be out hitting the town. They'd actually be talking to chicks. It'd be great. Bill, you there, Bill?
Yeah, I'm back now.
Shall we react to Hormax's video, man?
Yeah,
All right,
play it.
Alright. I'm gonna play it before his channel gets deleted again.
Yeah, it'll probably happen eventually, to be honest.
Street Maxer. Alright. 336. Oh yeah, he was dissing this slobber hand. Everyone was saying like slobber hand had a heart attack watching that video. It's really funny. Good stuff, man, in the comments. Alright, are you gonna watch it on the stream or? Alright.
Yeah, I've got a stream. Just obviously it's delayed for me.
Oh, you're gonna mute Discord, yeah?
Yeah, I'll mute the Discord. It's only a short
Alright, here we
video.
go. This is gonna be awesome.
Okay. Okay.
I think she's pretty hot, man.
Hi.
Let's see. Let's see this beautiful little thing. Little car broke down.
I
Little car
know.
trouble, baby.
I'm so
Little car
glad
trouble.
you're here to help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think she's
such
about
good help.
maybe
Yeah, we can work something
40,
out. I'm sure we
early
can. It won't be-
40s.
Yeah, it won't be a problem.
got a
at all.
bleached
What do
blonde.
you got in there,
Oh,
baby?
I got a bag full of tricks.
Yeah.
This
Who's
is
that?
not. I thought
Tats.
this was my bag to repair my car, but it's
This is
not.
like Las Vegas, man.
Take a look there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have more
Here, baby.
fun with this bag,
Oh,
though.
very nice.
Oh god.
So nice. Maybe my lucky nights, you know, have an air
Jesus
tire,
Christ,
an
look
air
how hairy he
pump in
is.
here.
Completely
Yeah. I
testosterone
got
looks me.
earplugs.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I got a good
Yeah.
ear pump. Yeah, it blows. It blows a lot better, though.
Yeah. Look at this beauty. Look at her.
Hi.
Look at her. Just stand up for me, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look here. Yeah.
Oh damn.
Oh, very nice.
Oh, man, we're getting down to it.
Look at that.
Jesus.
Ooh,
This won't be long until this
it's
video is
beautiful.
pulled.
Isn't she a beautiful girl? Beautiful
Look
girl.
at the ass.
Yeah. Me. It's not.
He's happy.
Okay, we're gonna take care of you.
That's his place.
Like this.
He's
Yes,
got
very
lights
nice.
to his stream.
Keep them up.
Oh,
They gotta
man, now
push
it's
this
going to,
way.
like,
Yes, this way. You keep
Part
it
2 is going to be on
family-friendly.
Pornhub, I guess.
Family
Very-
friendly, huh?
Yeah. Oh, you're beautiful, baby. Let me just see you. Just see you. Look at this baby. Look at her. Now bend over. Come on, let's see that. Yeah. Like it spanked, huh? Like that, yeah? Yeah, you're beautiful. Yeah. See.
I should try some of these out before.
Yeah, let's get some of those on. Let's see how they do.
Jesus, she's heavily
Very
tatted.
nice, baby.
Oh, she's got a nice. I like her body though, I must admit. Bill was saying he didn't like her that much.
Yeah. So you like dick?
I love dick.
Really? Do you?
I do.
Really? You like sucking cock?
I love sucking cock.
Yeah. Good cocksucker, huh?
Yeah.
Good girl.
Another
Best type of woman there is.
amateur porn star.
Beauty.
Yeah.
You
I
ready
can
to
get
blow?
pretty tall in the shoes.
Oh yeah, let's see what you got. Ooh. Yeah, those are beautiful.
Platform.
And
Take a look at you.
Ready to hit the pole.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't have no
Wait.
tire pump in my bag.
Yeah.
She's taller than him.
Boy, I'm gonna work something out with you.
Okay.
Oh, perfect. Right? Still one with.
Yeah, and that was that.
This is the master race, yes? This is... Do you know how fucking retarded this guy has to be?
Bill, you there? Bill. Come in, Bill. Hope she isn't single mom. She could be. Do this until he's 80. Yeah, pretty much. Do it until he's... Yay, you're back.
Yeah, I'm back.
What did you think?
Yeah, it's a good video, and
It's
yeah,
his
I'm happy
place,
for
right?
All
Yeah.
Maxa. Yeah, it's his place.
So he must know her quite
and
well. I mean, that's good. She's come around to his... She looks drunk and or drugged.
Oh, okay.
Well, that-
Drugged.
Well, obviously, I mean, you didn't think that? I mean, it was
no,
late.
not to be honest, but it's funny you said that she's been drugged, you know.
Well, voluntary, not like fucking against her will, obviously. Well, she was about she was, I would say early
Yeah.
40s.
Yeah. What, 50s she was, you think?
No
Yeah?
way, no. Late 40s max,
No.
I'd say.
Oh, late
And
40s. Oh, okay. I don't
she's in
know.
great shape for
Oh,
that. For like.
yes.
Also,
Yeah,
did you
she's
notice
not
she
like
was
young.
tall? He's short, right? She was taller than
It's
him.
5'8".
Oh
Sorry,
my
said
god! So
before.
this is to all
5'8".
you height copers out there. 5'8" Hormacks are just killing it on in Las Vegas, man. Just awesome. I mean, I thought she was pretty hot, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, I knew. I did think that maybe you would like. It's more your type, not really my type, to be honest. But yeah, kind of a lot of things I don't like on a woman. But
Oh yeah.
yeah. But no, I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
You know, the main thing is if he likes her, it's not what.
Bobby Biro asks, I don't know what Hormax's end game is. Do this until he's
Well,
80.
I can answer that. He doesn't want to live till 80. Firstly,
Oh.
his thing's to burn. His thing. He said he would much rather. He's like, if he gets to 60, just take the rope. That's
Just
what I think what he said. He was like, he's happy to die at like 60 or something like that, or earlier. So he just wants to, I suppose, live a shorter life, but try to have a better quality.
I remember him
eventful.
saying in one of his streams, he's saying he didn't want children. He didn't want kids. I'm pretty sure I heard him say.
Kids. He doesn't want kids. He's a anti-natalist. He's against
anti-natalist. Yeah.
Having kids. He doesn't like kids. So. No.
Yep. That's nice. She looks like a good friend. I mean, sure, he's probably paid her a lot of money, but he's possibly,
But the first, he said he met her once before and he paid. But that time it was free. He got the sex for free because she's using it as content on her OnlyFans.
Oh man, that is awesome. That's a great. He's so good at doing that, man. If you were some young inkwell, he'd be. I don't care what Slobberhand or any of those undead Copa, what any of them say. He's a good role model for young inkwell men, man. I think he is.
Well, yeah, definitely better than others. Much more positive than just giving up and rotting, right? Like, or just to be obsessed and spend your life, worrying about whether Wheat Waffles is gonna get back to you on your latest face rating. I mean, come on now. That's no way to live, is it? So, yeah, there's far worse role models. Definitely, he does have a lot of good points for Max. So I don't agree with all his points, but some of it I don't agree with, getting with trans and stuff like that. No, I do disagree with him on a few things, but
that's too much. But she wasn't a trans.
Sorry?
She wasn't a trans.
No, she was a normal woman. She's not trans. I mean, even I could tell that she's a woman, and the Hormax has said that. I mean, no.
So is he actually gonna Are we gonna see the uncensored version on Pornhub or whatever?
Well, he said he's gonna put parts up on Xvids or whatever it was, right?
Xvids. Oh yeah. Okay.
What
about OnlyFans?
I'm not gonna watch it. I don't watch porn.
No, it's too much.
So that's probably the closest I've got to watching porn in years. I don't.
Well, that was was soft. That was like the YouTube version.
That's why I have to keep, that's why it's always, that's probably one of the reasons why I haven't talked to him, Matt. So you still want me to go on stream, but the problem is you get down to certain issues. I like Hormax and I love his overall energy and his overall vibe, and yes, that's what I got from it. And I agree with some things he says, obviously the Hormax inside and the Geomax inside and the androcentric black pill to be more pro male rather than be gynocentric. Yeah, I agree with that, but it's porn. I don't like porn, for example. That's a big thing for him. I'm not into trans. That's a big thing for him. I don't do steroids and I don't plan to. Again, another big thing for him. So that's the trouble. There is a few things. That's why it's always been a little distant, because it's if we got into a debate, I can see I'm going to be disagreeing with certain points, and I've always seen lately that where one guy who had been a fan, who had been donating, his name was Mogmaxer, and he got booted and banned from Hormax's channel because he was warning about the side effects of Tren, and he was saying his dad, even though he didn't take anabolic steroids, he said his dad had a heart attack and died, so he was worried about taking Tren. He was taking normal testosterone and a few other things, you know, derivatives, but he was a bit wary of Tren because of, you know, Tren is like the more hardcore one, isn't it? And Hormax was saying, no, it's fine, you know, just stop being worried. If you're worried about that, then don't take any, and, you know, maybe this channel's not for you. So then they were having a back and forth, and he ended up just banning him. So that makes me a bit worried. It's like, well, it's getting a bit like a, you know, if you disagree with a point, you're going to get like banished. So it's like, I don't like that, because in any community, because that just creates an echo chamber. I think you should be able to like disagree as long as you're doing it respectfully and you're not like being an asshole. Then, but since he doesn't want, I think, to be honest, it is actually the trend. I've noticed Hormax a lady, when he's been on the trend, he's become a lot more impatient and aggressive, which is what trend does, right? And so I think that's the problem. So it's a little bit like, you know, and I got the impression that a lot of people, and I think that's why Hormax is getting frustrated, because he's expecting everyone to start blasting gear, but yet a lot of people, you know, on his channel don't actually want to do it, right? There's some of them doing it, but majority of people aren't really going to do steroids, are they? Let's be honest.
I don't think so. No,
it's like a
yeah.
no. I don't have plans to do it, because I'll be honest, like, you know, I'm not. I've looked into it myself. I didn't really know much about it, but with Hormax did. I didn't really like. Didn't like what I read, to be honest.
I drink a lot of taurinated, caffeinated taurine drinks. You know, that's the closest I get.
Yeah, I'm more for like being fitness and like vitamins and getting your diet right, but I just not. Because I'm confused as well, because when Hormax first started his channel, same as Lux Maximus, the message was that yes, we acknowledge that taking like anabolic steroids is gonna have negatives. It's gonna maybe shorten your lifespan, even. You're saying, you know, it has that, but it's about living a more quality of life, sacrificing the quantity. But he seems to have gone back on that, and he's kind of like trying to dismiss that there's any health concerns, which I don't know. There surely is. There's enough. That's what Mogmatz was saying. Well, there's all these studies that you're saying are all made up, and that's when they were getting more heated. And it's like, well, you know, because even his early days, Hormax admitted there was like, yeah, there's issues, and even was a bit wary of Tren, but like said, but he's willing to like risk it. That's the point. Like, he acknowledges it's dangerous, but willing to do it because he wants to, you know, he wants to gamble, you know, to have a better quality of life now, rather than just stay as he was.
He wants to Mogmax.
Yeah, he wants to, like I say, you're burning, because the way I see it with steroids, you're burning the candle at both ends. You know, you're burning your body out quicker. You're elevating it for that period of time when you're on it, you know, and you're bringing out potential in physically that you didn't have before. And sure, it's gonna change your hormones to give you that crazy libido, more confidence and stuff like that, right? Be more assertive, but there is trade-offs, and I think you can't like just, you know, you can't like just, well, if anyone says that, like, oi, shut up, you know. I mean, there is like, it's not. If it was all positive, then everyone would be doing it, right? You wouldn't be so regulated, you know. But the problem is, it's just you do have to be careful of it. Like, you can mess yourself up. Like, you can't. I think it's a bit irresponsible to like, yeah, everyone should just blast, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's as simple as that. So yeah, that's why it's a little bit like that. But no, I mean, you know, overall, there's some good points, but. Yeah, dashboard. Yeah, Bobby. Yeah, that's what I mean. Yes, and that's the other thing. That's the other thing I would say to him on. And again, Hormax before has kind of admitted as well. Like, there's whole oofy doofy thing. There's the whole thing of even Wheat Waffle said it on the debate. He said that the K-pop thing, women do want more now than they used to, more feminine dudes. Yeah, you don't necessarily want to be the big hulking masculine man, because a lot of the current cultural trends is actually going against that. So yeah, I agree with Dashboard when he says that you want to be more of the feminine male now. You don't want to be the dominating man. This is why Oofy Doofy's on the rise, and like that typical Chad quarterback look, like the chiseled jawline, the big hulking shoulders, is not as desirable as it used to be. Still may be desirable by a certain amount of people, you know, and there's obviously going to be niches of what people want, but it, as a cultural thing, it's not praised like it used to, masculinity. Yeah, lots of girls want a K-pop boyfriend. Yeah, that's more of the trend. This is why, if we were to talk in Luxism terms, if I was to have to agree or compromise and say that there was a specific type of Chad, the Chad is the K-pop guy. It's not the Chad is not the quarterback Tom Brady anymore. That's what I'm saying. It's changed. It's not your quarterback on the football team. It's now morphed into it's your effeminate Urkel or K-pop star, right? That's what it is. It's the pretty boy rather than the chiseled, like the Giga Chad meme. It's not the Giga Chad meme, you know. It's the effeminate male, the androgynous looking face, you know, in between the male and the female.
Yeah.
That's what it would be if you're going from like a look which is more in, as it were. But yeah.
So,
What do you want?
well,
Yeah, go on.
is there anything else you want to react to, maybe, or I was gonna
Do
kind of
on
wind
the
down.
put the debate between Falsh and Wheat Waffles on.
Have you got any suggested time?
Well, just do it from like six minutes in or so.
6
That
minutes.
cuts out the
Right.
that cuts out the intros, and then you don't have to watch it all. Just do it for about like half an hour and see how we get on. We can do the second part another time.
Alright.
Because I mean the debate's an hour long, so it's hard to know what point exactly to go in. Like I don't know, like if it's better to
I
miss out
think
some
I've seen
parts.
the first like 10 minutes of it. Let's see.
And the masculine role person in
Bobby,
in a gay
that's
relationship.
a bit like paranoia there on your part. Like when guys talk to girls and you're like, are they suspicious of those men? Well, I mean, you're never going to know for sure because you can't mind read, right? But no, I would say no, that's a bit like insecurity on your part there, shining
Like
through.
he might actually be quite
General no,
attractive
like
to a lot of
sure if you act
women
like
as well,
bizarrely,
even though he's not
then
necessarily trying
okay,
to date them.
but
But as for the
also there's no way to actually know
you
for
know,
sure because like I say you
feminine
can't read their mind. They might,
men in the gay community, I doubt that they would
but
be
in general, no.
very attractive to a lot of
They're
women.
just talking about gay stuff.
Do you know what I'm saying? Do you see my point?
No, I get your point. I agree with full parallel, though.
It isn't loaded up
I
yet.
do think there's a
Oh.
bit more crossover than a lot of people think.
yeah, 'cause I'm behind,
It is
don't
true
forget.
that like it really
Emma
depends
says
on
best to
marketing,
just
right? Like
play it for
for
like
example,
a few
if
minutes, like roughly 5
I'm
minutes, and
masculine,
then
if I
just
went
stop
over
it and
and
then
like tried Tinder
me
dating
time.
in like I don't know some rural
Uh,
place in
see if we
Kentucky,
want to react
and
to
all the
them.
girls over there were like yeehaw howdy
Alright.
overalls farmer girls, you know.
Alright,
They would
Well, let's give it
I'll
a-
mute the
probably
Discord
find
now.
pretty slick
Alright.
ways to
Yeah,
put
do
a
it.
metrosexual
I'll come
to
back
their
in 5
taste. I would
minutes.
take them off like a huge homo to them. I mean, I'm not wearing overalls right now. Like that on its own is a sign that I love cock, right? At least in their minds. There's a lot of culture overlap here, but at the end of the day, I really do think that a good personality and like a good attitude can get people really, really far. And I don't take issue with the idea that there are like biases when it comes to appearance, because of course there are, right? The main issue that I have is the idea that these biases are so overwhelming that they warrant people giving up, which is kind of the central tenet of the black pill, right? Like lie or not. That
That's a bit of a far-fetched implication to make. That's not
is
at all.
that
No.
not like the central tenet
No,
of the black pill?
no, no. That's not even remotely close. Not even close to the three things that I stated at the start. I'm not sure where you got that idea from. The only thing that I can speculate is that like outsiders who look at the black pill community, if you scroll down to the comment section of certain content creators' videos, you're gonna see like those 5% of guys who are like quite extreme, quite nihilistic. Like the way I describe it, and there's other people in this space who agree with me on this. There's two types of black pillars for the most part. You got the loud minority who are like the basement dwellers, who are spending 10 hours a day on YouTube and Discord just talking about black pill, like how like chads get all of the women, and all of that stuff, like basically guys that are quite nihilistic, and that's probably only about 5 to 10% of the community. But then the other 90%, they're like people like me who are actually a lot of them are actually faring quite well in dating. They don't necessarily have any problems and they're not bitter. Like they're watching my content and other people in the space's content to learn more about dating, to learn more about how it works. Then they can use that knowledge in order to better their own chances. If you know what I'm saying. Like that, to put it simply, like you got the realists and then you got the nihilists.
Yeah, I get that, but if that's the case, if the underlying argument is that people try to date up, people can be kind of selfish and shallow. I mean, isn't that ubiquitous? That's kind of like a universal truth. I certainly know that black people didn't invent the idea that women care about height and jawlines and chins and what have you. I mean, that goes back quite a while. I mean, probably about as long as we have a concept of aesthetics to even discuss. There are more severe implications to the black pill discourse online. The idea that this requires some kind of like immediate political change, or that there's some overriding societal bias against men that's fucking them over. Like there's always a greater prescription than that. No.
No, you'd be extremely surprised. I think the mainstream and most people are incredibly blue pilled. And for anyone who doesn't know what blue pill means, it's basically, the opposite of black pill. That it's all of this wishy washy, feel good dating advice that isn't actually tangible. And you're saying that most people aren't that, but I think that is what most people are, and that's what the mainstream
wait,
are.
wait,
Like,
wait.
just one example quickly
Most
before
people
you
know
respond.
that
Oh no,
women
no, no, no,
like
no.
tall. Okay.
Right, the video I uploaded today.
Yeah, sorry about that. That was my fault. He was just saying. Wheat Waffle said it was 10 or 15%, 5 or 10% that were the loud minority of black pillars.
Is the audio back? Hold on.
Yeah, it's
Sorry
back
to
now.
interrupt. Yeah,
And it's nihilist. I said it was about 30.
Yeah, I mean, again, you can't know that, but it sounds like he's underplaying how many like doomtrotters. But so what then Val's continued on? Well, if it's only really like 5-10%, and most of you are quite moderate with your viewpoints, that is just simply that. Yes, okay, it's advantageous to be better looking, but it's at a more moderate level, and you shouldn't like just give up, and not everything's determined just by your looks, which is what he's saying. Then Bausch makes the point that I've said before, that well, you're kind of like what most people believe anyway. It's quite
yeah, but he disagreed with that, which I'm not sure. I'm kind of in the middle. I know I'm always in the middle.
No, but it's true what he said. He said like it's been known for ages that like good looks are advantageous. That's not what he's saying. Is you're not reinventing the wheel, which is.
But
what
you
I've
still
said.
get blue pillars out there. It's true. Sometimes you meet guys that are like don't know. They like try and like approach fucking Stacey's, and you're like, dude, just no, it's not gonna happen, man. I know you've been feeding yourself that blue pill.
True. But then we also have people in this community, incel communities and that, even people like Dashboard now, who have ridiculously high standards. So it works both ways. Like,
I suppose you're right.
So that's just men in general. Like, some men are always going to be delusional, right? Like, regardless of what community they're in. But the point he's making, and this is why even Travis Blackpool, remember, he called Lucasm the darkest shade of blue. You know, it's a black pill that's the darkest shade of blue, because there's a lot of blue pill elements in this community, and Vouch just hit on it. Like I said, and he's, you know, coming on the point like that, because I said if Lucasm was more moderate, like if the Lucasm community was much more moderate in their views, toned it down, didn't over, I wouldn't have such a problem with it. But what I would say then is, you're not really saying anything like special that's not already been said for decades or hundreds of years. Like Vouch said, like, having an advantage if you're good looking. Well, no shit, most people know that. All bloopers, most normies. It's only a small amount of people. Yeah, but
Waffles was saying no a lot. He doesn't believe most people. And I don't know, I'm more agree with you.
I can tell you he's wrong.
Yeah.
Because why then are, like, say, Hollywood actors, why are the majority of people who are good looking normally portrayed in favourable roles? Because society does deem that good-looking people are going to get some kind of halo effect. It does exist, but the problem with the black pill and looks and community is they overemphasize the importance of it. That's all it is. They take something that, yeah, is an advantage, but they say it's like, oh, it's everything, or they overblow the importance and they downplay any other factors. Vast difference between saying that looks have zero impact to saying that looks are everything, right? And the black pill community are so far, like, on the right side towards, like, looks is everything scale. That's the issue. If they had a more moderate take and it was much more to the left, like to the left side where, you know, looks have a factor but they're not so important, you know, they're not the be all and end all of everything, you know, that determines how your life's going to go. But the problem is it's more of a mainstream viewpoint already. Like, you're not really, and this is why I think why they overstate it. Do you know why? It's to build an agenda. It's to gain interest. It's to get clicks. It's to get views. It's to build a channel. It's ultimately to start selling face rings and getting people addicted to face rings, right?
You can't go back. Once you've made your beliefs set and you're like you said, you're a business.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. Also, it's very hard. I mean, whatever community you're in or whatever genre of YouTube, yeah. But the point is, being a sensationalist, right? And people do this on the political sphere as well. All the sky's falling, all the left is this, all the right is this, and they overblow things, right? The media does that, right? So it is a common tactic, but that's what I think is going on. Looks like they're just overblowing it. They're making it a sensationalist thing. Whereas if they just said, well, looks, yeah, they give you like an edge, like, and it's only really if you're like a supermodel or male model where you're going to have like dramatically different, and only if you're like disfigured or incredibly ugly or burn victim, you're going to have like a real bane with it. But the problem with that is that's quite you're not saying anything revolutionary. You're not really, and that's not going to draw most people in, because it's like, okay, that's kind of what most people think. Like, what more is more of a trendsetter would be like Oofy Doofy, right? Because that goes against the narrative more. That is far more for like, okay, that's a more out there theory. You know, than just simply saying if you're good looking you're going to have an advantage over someone who's like ugly. Well, yeah, you will, but that's not the whole story.
You know
you're
what some inkwells say about Oofy Doofy, and I actually thought it was quite profound. They said Oofy Doofy is the black pill going full circle. You're like, the black pill, you know, it starts with a red pill going into red pill, then it goes to looks, like looks is everything, then it finally goes to Oofy Doofy. It's like the black pill going full circle. It's like, yeah.
I mean, that doesn't make any sense because the looksism is closer to the blue pill than Oofy Doofy is, because Oofy Doofy acknowledges like sort of the social engineering aspect of it, which is kind of getting down a rabbit hole, right? So that's more controversial rather than just saying that looks giving you an advantage, because most normies and that I knew, even myself growing up as a kid, I always like felt, oh yeah, I would like to be like the good looking guy, it would help me like with women. So it's an instinctive thing. But the problem is they just overemphasize the importance of it, and that's the only disagreement. They, you know, it's okay to say that looks, you know, you'd rather look like Brad Pitt than look like I don't know, someone incredible, the Elephant Man, of course, right? But that's common sense. Like, but what they would do is like, oh, you have to only be like Brad Pitt or you get nothing, right? Or if you're a good-looking guy, then you're gonna have everything thrown to you in life. And if you're an ugly guy, then everyone hates you and they want to kill you. Which I've heard many like black players in this community say. They take it to ridiculous lengths. You know, like Chads have got their harems of women. That's why they can't get any when the studies disagree with that. It's BS. It's not true. So that's the issue, and that's what Val's just touched on here. And that's what he's saying. You know what? If you're all very modest in your viewpoints and what you're saying, then there's no issue. But you're not really saying much different to what we already know. That's what he's saying. So what really is the black pill? Why is it different? Because the reality is Wheat Waffles could just be downplaying the extreme views, and actually, because I think a lot of black players are extreme in view, and the channel is. If you go through Wheat Waffles' early videos, I'm sure he is. So I think maybe he's being a bit disingenuous, like he's trying to protect face, show face, like trying to say, yeah, look, we are moderate, but really,
hey, look,
when they're in their echo chambers, they are more extreme.
Look, Bobby's saying people are proper blue pilled. Bobby says lots of people used to think looks didn't matter. A lot of people today still believe that. There are less people.
Disagree with that completely.
Hard disagree from Wildbill here. Bobby versus Bill. When is it gonna happen? Bobby
no, I mean, I just say
Bill,
disagree.
Man.
He can have his opinion. That's fine. But I'm just saying I disagree. Like, I don't think that's the case. I think majority of people are aware it's an advantage. But what they would say is that it's not the be all and end all. And if you are proficient in other areas, then that can overcome a deficiency in looks, right? That's what they would say. So they would be like, okay, you're not the best looking guy in the world, but what have you got going for you? Are you an intelligent dude? Do you have skills? Are you good at like people skills, right? Because yes, you can be a good looking guy and complete autist with no social skills, but you can be a very personable, good talker. Plenty of ugly dudes are good talkers, right? And they can network. So what can you do in life? Can you amass money? Can you amass status? Do you have hobbies, right? Do you have interest? Because a lot of people aren't just obsessed with sex. You know, Hormax, okay, sex is like everything for him, but there's a lot of people that actually aren't like, believe it or not, they're not. They have like hobbies that they're really interested in. They have goals. Maybe they really want to go into business. There is people driven differently. It's wrong to assume that everyone is like you, right? Thinks like you. No, there's a massive array of different views on this. And remember, the Black Pill is a tiny, tiny community. Tiny. Like, for example, Valsh, I think per stream he gets like 8,000, 10,000, 12,000 viewers. That obliterates anyone in the Black Pill. Any content viewer. It just mogs Wheat Waffles completely. And Wheat Waffles is probably the biggest, I believe, the biggest Black Pill streamer today. So that just tells you how small the community is. And Valsh, should I say, Valsh, I think is the way to say it, is a niche community compared to wider mainstream communities, right? So that just tells you how small. So we have to be careful to think that, well, because people in this community think it, that's the way people should. No, come on now. It's a niche, and especially if, remember, in the Black Pill, looksism isn't the only thing in the Black Pill. You've got like oofy doofy people. You got like there's some MGTOW Black Pillars, right, who don't agree with looksism or oofy doofy. You know, there's a very few different communities. Yeah, you get Black Pill MGTOWs and you get Red Pill MGTOWs. Most MGTOWs tend to be Red Pill, but there is some that are Black Pill. But they don't necessarily agree with looksism. Looksism's a subset. So that's the problem. But yeah, you know, I just thought it's an interesting point because this is what I think as well, and it was just funny hearing.
Oh my gosh!
Check
out what he said. He must live in a proper blue pilled place. He said
half the guys I know think looks mad. Half
Jesus.
Looks
that's blue pill.
Yeah, but again, I don't agree with that, because I would say majority of people do think.
No, what if he lives in some crazy place, some crazy like, maybe, probably quite a good place if they think like that. I don't know. Maybe he lives in some crazy, you know, like liberal. I don't know, liberal place or something like that. I don't know.
Bobby, the views are mocked by many other genres. You only have to search for YouTube. For example, go to a sports video like Man United. You know Manchester United. I know you don't like football, but Manchester United. There's a guy who just runs a channel. And all he does is react to
a big win or a big loss recently. Was it?
That was a big loss to Liverpool, wasn't it? That was like a couple couple of weeks ago.
Oh, okay. No, I thought it was more recent. I'm probably
7-0
getting it
to
wrong.
Liverpool.
Shit.
But what I'm saying is,
Fucking hell.
all he
Damn.
does is he doesn't stream the match because he can't. He just reacts to the match as it happens and talks. Just sits there in front of the camera and talks. He had 70,000 people in his live stream.
Whoa.
This again is just a reminder of how small this community is.
Well, football is huge globally.
How small? Yeah, I know it is. But what I'm saying is, and don't forget, on YouTube, that's a niche of the sport. People watching the sport. So what I'm saying is, you got to remember that our community is tiny. It's not even a drop in the ocean. Not even a drop. We are just like a few niche people, a few weirdos, if you want to be honest. Like we are just like abnormalities. So the problem is people get delusions of grandeur. Big Tails had this the same. Oh, it's gonna go mainstream. Oh, the manosphere overall. Even if all parts of the manosphere joined together, which will never happen, but imagine if they did. It's nothing. Nothing. The numbers are tiny. Like people really are delusional if they think like, oh, we are the consensus. Oh, we are the way. No. Just
wow.
It's a very niche thing. And in terms of views, well, for like Black Pill, like incel stuff, Just James still has the most viewed video, and he had 2.3 or 2.4 million views.
James, come back. Just give us an update or something.
Hasn't gone viral. Wheat Waffles hasn't had a video that's hit a million. Million views is when they say.
Just James is hit. Is that a fact?
Yeah, but he had it on one video. It was a video where he said, "I'm a 30-year-old virgin."
Yeah, I remember that. What a great video.
I think the title was.
Oh,
I believe there
James,
was
you
one
legend.
other guy. There was
By
one
the way,
other guy who had.
St. Patrick's Day next weekend, guy. Also, I don't watch that much football, but what about the rugby, man? Ireland are gonna win the Six Nations, right? Did you watch?
So who's gonna win Six Nations? Yeah, I watched some of it. I'm not
I'm gonna watch the last matches maybe.
No, I don't agree with Bobby. Like he's saying the manosphere is mainstream. No, it's not. It's not mainstream.
It is kind of
way.
mainstream. It is somewhat mainstream.
Yeah, no. He's not saying it's gone mainstream. It is in the mainstream, but yeah, it's viewed in a negative way.
Yeah.
But he's saying we aren't the consensus, but we are mainstream. No, not really. Like because they occasionally touch
think about it. Just Wheat Waffles, just Pearly Things.
Yeah, it's not
going
Alex
playing
on
with
the mainstream.
fire.
Like if it was mainstream constantly, it would mean like it would be on the news at least once a week. But it isn't. Occasionally, if there's like an incel
Once a
shooting
month.
or something,
Well, the stats,
come on, but
the stats are getting into the news. The stats and things are lonely men. At least that's getting reported a little bit. Thank God.
yeah, but I believe that's been going on for a long time. There's always been certain parts of dating or like people being singletons would be viewed before. I don't think this has happened since like the YouTube genre. This is what like Vash, even he touched on, like saying some of the talking points, like well they've been talked about before. It's not like because again some people like to feel special, like to think well there is this element like where people think oh we've got this special secret, we're smarter than everyone else, and no one else knows this. These stupid normies all knows all these people. We're like the community that has all the knowledge, all the answers.
No,
it's like everyone, a lot of communities do this, but you'll realise that actually a lot of people are rehashing old talking points, right? Like they're not even coming out with anything. The only thing they can do is to make it more extreme, which again was what I think Lucasm. They take a grain of truth to what they say and they just amp it up. They just put an amplifier on it and amp it up like 1,000 times. That's it. And that's the problem. If they dialed it back down, yeah, it's fine. But the problem is they're not saying anything new at that point. They're not going to build a channel off that. They're not going to be able to make guys feel insecure enough to buy face ratings constantly. They're not going to be able to grift. They're not going to be able to build brands. That's the issue. And that's why you won't, that's why there's an incentive to over-exaggerate things.
Okay.
And they're not the only community to do that. Many other communities do this as well. But that's what I think is happening.
It could be.
Carry on playing the video, Sean.
Well, to be honest, I was gonna kind of cut it. I was gonna. I didn't want to stream that long tonight. So,
okay.
I was gonna actually.
Well, we can do it another time.
Yeah, do it next week or something. I don't mind. I was gonna do what I did last time actually. Finish off with Tune. What do you think?
yeah, go for it.
Maybe like a few lyrics about what is it mainstream or something like that? So here we go, guy. What is the black pill? Is it mainstream? Will Bobby ever get a GF? We just don't know. Come on, Bill.
I can't sing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we
You're
got
on your own here.
Alright. Oh. Alright. That is the stream for today. We talked about the black pill. We decided that it was basically kind of BS. And we thought, fuck it, but we'll carry on next time. Alright. Yeah, I mean, that'd be good. Those two guys are good. I want to thank Bobby from this stream because he's really been carrying the chat, you know. Haven't seen anyone else in here.
Is the stream finished or not?
I'm about to finish it. Yeah, any parting thoughts before I press stop?
Not really. Like, it just would have liked to reacted more to the Wheat Waffles video,
Well,
but like I said, we can do it another time.
Yeah.
So
Alright.
no rush. It's fine. Like, I
think so.
understand. Don't want to stream on tonight. And the problem when it's reacting to a debate like that, it just does take a while to get through. So it's cool. We can do it another time.
I'll definitely watch it myself, you know, and I'll tell you what I think about it.
Yeah, because we didn't get to the part where Wheat Waffles, I think inadvertently, like, you know, was kind of debunking Just Be White theory and like,
No, but he does that.
Asian players,
He has done. He's not. That's what I like about him. He doesn't. You think
I
he's
didn't know his viewpoint on that.
Well, you think he's some hardcore black pillar. He isn't. He may say he is sometimes, but he's pretty open-minded.
Changed.
Maybe, yeah. But I mean, I like guys like that. This more honest, more genuine, man.
I've seen more of his content in the past, which is probably why he was more towards the black pill. But the thing is, again, it could be just, like I say, the grip, because there is more money to be made in the red pill. So you would gravitate in between, right? Because you dip into both communities.
Yeah.
Makes sense if you're going that way.
Even if he's doing it that, like, respect to the guy, I mean, he did it well, you know, like, I like it. So.
Well, sure, like if he's made it so, it's good for him personally. But I'm just warning the guys, unfortunately, that are victims that fall into the ideology and get brainwashed and then like buy face reigns. I don't mind someone doing it occasionally, like once, but some of these guys are clearly doing it a lot. Like, you know, that's when it becomes like, what the hell are you doing with your life? You know, you're buying, and it's all bizarre anyway. Like, very
they've got fucking, they're like, bitch, they've got fucking mental issues, like clown world shit.
Yes, which is one of the main reasons, the heart of the issue here for why you struggle with the opposite sex. You know, that's one of the big points, one of the big obstacles for people.
Bobby should meet up with like Todd or someone, or I don't know if Dashboard would meet him, but he's another New Yorker. He's another East Coast guy.
Yeah, but again, these people like Todd and Dashboard. I don't know enough to comment, but
well, I think
antisocial.
No, well, yes and no.
Antisocial.
Do you remember when
Todd is, and so Dashboard is?
No, he's not. But do you remember? Well, Todd dropped his address, his real life address to the public.
Todd said many a times that he's very antisocial.
Yeah, but
sometimes he just doesn't want to be with anyone.
Yeah, but it's not just what he says; it's what he does.
He said it's a. What did he say? It's like a catch-22.
He also said, do you remember when he didn't post anything for like 1 month and everyone was like, where's Todd? Where's he gone? The first thing he said when he came back, he was like, yeah, I've still been here, you know. And by the way, no one came to see me to see if I was okay, you know. He posted his address. Not one guy fucking came to see if he was alright, you know. And he was like kind of annoyed. He seemed like he was annoyed by that.
Yeah, but the problem is, if someone did, you can imagine how he'd be, you know, and I don't blame him.
Not when it's scary,
randomly
it's
turning
scary,
up would be a bit shocking, but yeah, like...
Well, that's what Bobby should have done, man. I mean, is he a neat... I don't know if he's a neat guy. I don't know. He's got spare time.
Yeah, I mean, Bobby's right what he says. Todd is an introvert. Todd just wanted female validation and sex. Todd didn't want to entertain a girlfriend. Yeah, exactly. And Todd didn't want, like Dashboard, doesn't want male friends, kind of says he hates men. So, I mean, come on now. If you're going to be like that, well, you're kind of creating part of your own problem. Sorry to say it, but it's true. You know, if you're going to, like, be hatred and not be friendly to people, not have the social skills and want to socialise, and like Dashboard, you know, I don't want men friends and that, but then fails to see that actually having a group of friends could be beneficial to you, right? Again, it's just like they're architects of their own downfall in a certain way.
They don't help themselves, is what I say.
No, they don't hurt themselves. It's like you're in a hard situation already, or was it the boat's sinking? And instead of trying to plug the holes, they just create new ones. It's like, the ship's gonna sink faster. It's not gonna help the situation,
he's got his plan, you know. Let's see if it works out for him, you know. Anyway, that's it, guy. I'm gonna end it here.
Okay. Good night.
All right. Well, yeah. And goodbye.